Thank you, Mike. It's quite a powerful reading, that one. And you will see the relevance, of course, to our covenant service. And the idea that although we make our covenant individually, we do it for those who aren't with us today, those who are part of this fellowship. Even though they may not be present with us, as we make our covenant, even though we say the words I, we speak in the first person, it is as a body of believers that we make it. And there's a reason for that. I was surprised when I tried to do this earlier at home, just how strong even one piece of wool was. I thought it would be really easy to break, but actually, it isn't that easy. I had been going to give it to the person I thought might be the weakest person, but that A, that's a bit of a rude thing to say, and B, I wouldn't have said it if I was doing that, by the way. But also, having tried it and found it not to be that easy, I thought, well, let's just see how we get on. So poor Alison, just because she's closest to me, I'm going to give you one end. How are your hands? Are they freezing? There we are. It did break, folks. It did break. There we go. Anybody else fancy having a go? Heather, again, you're penalised just by being closest. See how you get on. Let's break that between us. There we go. However, even though it wasn't easy to break, it clearly was possible. And if I'd chosen somebody I thought was really strong, they might have done it even more easily. This is simply 3 strands of wool, from the same balls of wool, plaited. We're just going to give it a go because I am confident that we can't break this. You're back on, yeah, you're back on. No, I am. I suppose if we put it between 2 very, very strong people and it wasn't cutting into their fingers too much, they might just about be able to split it, tear it. The more threads there were in it, if I had done a plait that involved 6 pieces of wool, for example, the more there were, the harder it would be to break. And that's what happens with our fellowship, our body of believers. When we are together, we are stronger than when we are apart. Of course, we can be and are individual believers, but it is when we gather together that our strength is found, because Jesus calls us to be a body of believers, just as in the Old Testament God called his people to be together as believers when they made their covenant, as indeed we will do today. And also when we share in communion. It's another thing that we do as individuals. We each come or receive communion as an individual, but we know that we share in it as a body. In some communion services, we even say the words, we are one body because we share in one loaf. It's not actually in the words today, because they chose, the covenant service chooses to use some different ones, but we often do say it. And I want you to take that away. If nothing else from today, take away the fact of your need and your love for one another, because that is the essence of what it is to be in fellowship together. We're going to sing again. It's one I always love to have, I'm sure others do as well, for a covenant service. Oh, Jesus, I have promised.